Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. Hey, how's everything going? We're here yet again, another episode of the Loveology podcast with your hosts, Ashley and Jason.
Hello.
What's up, baby girl?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Feeling great?
Yep, as usual.
Awesome. Well, I think this is the last episode of the year. It's definitely last episode till Christmas for sure.
No, it's not the last episode of the year.
We got one more?
We have one more. Yeah.
Got one more. Well, it's the last episode till Christmas. So we want to tell everybody that celebrates Christmas, Merry Christmas.
And, I'm about to say, and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, we'll say Happy New Year next time.
Happy Kwanzaa. When is Kwanzaa?
I think it passed already.
Oh, it already passed.
Yeah, we're dropping the ball. Shout out to all my African countries and whoever else.
I don't think so. Anyways, whatever.
Anyways. So man, we've having a great time. I wanted to give a shout out to the loveologypodcast.com. If you get a chance, go check it out. loveologypodcast.com. Have some great merchandise. We got sweaters, we got t-shirts, we got hats. Go check us out. Support. We got some new things coming in the year of 2020. Can't wait. And yeah, let's get this party started, love.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for this topic, Jason?
I'm ready. Start these engines.
Because we are talking about a very, very hot topic.
Hot topic.
Infidelity.
Cheating.
Yes.
Cheating.
Yeah. It has affected everyone in some sort of way. You either know someone that was cheated on, you either been cheated on, or you've been doing the cheating.
Or all of the above.
Or all of the above.
Let's put Ashley in the hot seat. Have you thought about cheating on me, love?
No. Have you thought about cheating on me?
Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Of course not.
I don't believe it for a second.
Whatever.
No.
She is just joking.
Yes, I am joking. I believe Jason. So anyways, so you guys, I like to read, but because I'm like super busy with the little ones, I have to listen to audiobooks now.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of difficult for me, but I still do it. But this
you
book,
get the information still.
Well,
It just doesn't absorb.
I just don't think listening, if you're not an what is it? An audio learner, an audible learner.
Yes.
Then it's harder to absorb the information, really. I absorb it, but no, I don't really absorb it. It's like a cheap paper towel, maybe. It's like it goes in, but then it comes back out, right?
I mean, you get some out of it.
I do. I get pieces. I mean, I just have to like rewind a lot, know what I mean? And like write it down. Like, so that's what I had to do for this. But I just got finished reading a very, very interesting book, you guys.
Well, real quick, I just wanted to point out that luckily all of our listeners are listening to this, so they listen to audiobooks, I'm pretty sure. If they listen to podcasts, you think so?
I don't know. I have no problem listening to podcasts.
Oh, okay.
But for some reason, audiobooks, my brain starts to wander.
Okay.
But yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I think I'm getting better. This is the second audiobook I've been able to.
Practice make perfect. You didn't start off in your life. You start off reading books opposed to listening to books. So it's something that you have to train yourself.
Books, though.
Yeah,
I just love the smell of books.
Weird.
All my readers out there totally love the smell of books. They totally know what I mean when I say I love the smell of books. They get it.
Okay.
So we know that Jason isn't a reader. So.
Yeah. Apparently so.
So I read a book called, what was it called? The State of Affairs, Rethinking Infidelity by Esther Perel.
Okay. Where is she from?
I think she's Belgium, but she was like raised in France, so she has like a weird accent. It's just like
Oh, she's
weird.
the lady on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, she has a lot of YouTube videos. She had some famous TED Talks, but I found out about her by watching Red Table Talk, and they had her on as a
Cecily
guest.
said she put you on.
No, Cecily did not. Cecily's my sister, everyone. No, Red Table Talk put me on,
Oh, okay.
and they had her on as a guest on the show, and I was like, oh man, I got to read that book about infidelity because she's spitting some stuff. So of course, there's some things that I do not agree with, but I mean, a lot of this stuff is super spot on.
Yeah.
Like I really, and who am I? Like she basically committed to dealing with relationships, like, or the clients that she had, they were primarily clients that were dealing with infidelity for like 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And she's fluent in like 7 languages.
Like when you said they've been dealing with infidelity for 6 years, like the other partner didn't know?
Oh, I'm sorry if I wasn't clear. For 6 years, she took clients that were dealing with infidelity.
Oh, okay.
So like all of the clients that were coming to her, primarily, not all of them, but majority of them that were coming to her were dealing with some sort of infidelity.
Okay.
So, I think it may have been longer. And she's fluent in a few languages. And
kind of like me, huh?
What language are you fluent in, Jason?
Babe, obviously I'm fluent in English, Spanish. What?
Jason.
Got a little Italian.
Oh my God. Just because you can say one word in Italian does not mean.
Arrivederci, baby. Grazie.
Okay. Y'all see what I deal with.
Buongiorno.
That's my favorite phrase. Do y'all see what I have to deal with?
Buongiorno.
Okay. So anyways, back to Esther Perel.
Yes.
She is a what is it called? Psychotherapist.
Okay.
And
I mean, she's crazy.
no.
She's like a psycho.
Anyway,
Right.
so Jason is just full of jokes today. I can't even get my words out. My goodness. So yes, and she has clients from all across the world. So I really enjoyed that part about it because she is able to give different cultural perspectives.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
On the topic of infidelity.
Mm-hmm.
So you ready?
Yes.
All right. So let's jump in. So I just wanted to say that she said the goal for her book was to introduce a more productive conversation about the topic of infidelity, one that would strengthen all relationships by making them more honest and more resilient. I believe that's what she said. So basically she says, especially in America, you're either on this side or this side, which means like, cheating is selfish, and, this person, the person that cheats is immature, selfish, and the person that is faithful is wonderful, and all of this other stuff, right? Like it's just very black and white.
Yeah, I guess. I don't believe that.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't know.
Advanced.
More evolved. But she wanted to find out what the meaning and the motives were behind infidelity. Why did they happen? And she said most of the people that came to her, they wanted to know why did it happen and understand, basically how they can keep it from happening again, and how to like rebuild their relationship. So yeah.
Okay.
So let's go. So the first chapter, I think she was just giving like a summary of questions and just basically saying what people say about infidelity. So why do you think infidelity happens, Jason? Why do you think people cheat?
Well, I think it's it's all about communication, number one, and trust.
Okay.
So yeah, when communication, number one, it's a breakdown in communication. So, maybe the man doesn't feel like, because I'm from a male's perspective, the man doesn't feel like he may not get enough enough. And so he keeps trying to tell his significant other, hey, what's up? We're gonna do it. and she keeps pushing it off and yada yada yada. Then eventually he goes cheat. You know, so it's a breakdown in communication. What?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, that's totally true. You know, it's a lot of men that cheat because of that way. You know what I'm saying?
Was he right? Is it okay to cheat in that sort of situation?
No, it's definitely not okay to cheat. But he just has to find a way to effectively communicate with his spouse, his significant other. But at the same time, if it's just, if he's just flat out telling her like, yo, I need sex, like, come on, like, it's been a year and you're like not doing anything, it's like you're gonna end up, I'm gonna end up stepping out of this marriage and cheating if we don't get this resolved, come up with some type of solution. So I think after you put it to the table like that, and the other person is not, even trying to come up with a solution to this problem, is like, come on.
Right.
Yeah,
so we're definitely going to talk about this later. I don't actually know. So we're going to break this up into multiple episodes. Not sure how many yet.
Yeah.
But we're just going to go with the flow. She definitely talks about this later on in the book about that being forced celibacy, right? Basically, you forcing your partner to be celibate and asking this question of why is sex optional to some people,
right?
Because it's especially if you're married. So we're going to speak from a marriage standpoint because we're Christians,
right?
And so especially if you're married, why is sex an optional thing? It really is not, right? Like, of course, so we're not like condoning rape or anything like that.
No.
but I'm saying, like, in a relationship, unless both people agree that they want to be celibate, you're forcing your married partner to be celibate, and that's not,
that ain't fair.
That's not cool, is it?
No.
So we are definitely going to dive into that. Not sure when, but she talked about it in her book, so we're going to dive into that. So basically, she was kind of summarizing what people say about infidelity as to like reasons why it happened. And it basically boils down to two reasons that people say, but there's more reasons than that. But she was just giving the general, synopsis of what people say. And they say it either happened because something was wrong with the relationship, or something is wrong with the individual that cheated, which that's true. I think. But I think she was just saying there's more reasons than just those two things.
Yeah. But that's a good foundation.
I think it all still boils down to that, though. Okay, so some of the questions that she was saying, that she's bringing up, that she's going to try to attempt to answer in her book, or just start a conversation around. One question was, are there some fulfillments in even a good marriage that a good marriage can't provide, right?
Yeah, like what? Example.
Well, I mean, so I guess we'll just go into this conversation, but she talked about that people expect for their significant other to be everything to them, to meet all of their emotional needs, everything. And she talked about how marriage used to be, and it was much more of an economical thing. And we are basically in uncharted territory now, because marriage is it changed to love. But she was saying before then it wasn't. And then there's like people all across the country, across the world, that are still participating in arranged marriages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was like, it's like so many people. She gave a specific number, but it was shocking when I heard the number. Like, really? It's still that many people in the world that do arranged marriages? So, now we are like, romance and love. And so now, like, the rules have changed about what marriage is.
Right.
So one of the negative things is that we do place so much pressure on our significant other. So me personally, I don't think, as a spiritual person, I think that that fulfillment that a lot of people are searching for should come from God, right? But I don't know. It could be something as simple like, you know, you are you're good at like critiquing movies and stuff, but I just really, really love movies. So maybe you're not able to be excited and passionate as I am about the movie industry, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I have a friend that is passionate about that, but do you have to be passionate about the movies?
Mm-mm.
Do you have to fulfill that in me too? Right?
No.
So maybe that was an example. You know,
Right,
just
I understand that.
you get that.
Mhm.
Okay. So do you think an affair can ever be understandable? Just like what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah, it's, I don't believe, what they say never, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's always an exception to the rule, rules are meant to be broken,
Right.
So yeah, there's always going to be some different situations where, it's okay.
It's okay to have an affair?
Yeah.
Because she didn't say okay. She said understandable.
Well, understandable and even okay. Because, like, let's say you have for instance, let's say you're married and you mess around and have stage 4 cancer and you're probably going to pass away in the next, 6 months to a year. And it's nothing that, you can't have sex with the person, and you just, as a spouse, you may feel bad that this person has to go through this with you and they need their release, and so maybe, that's up to the relationship.
Yeah, the people in the relationship.
Correct. And boom, so that just, out of agreements, that makes it understandable and okay.
Well, Mr. Christian man,
Yes.
why is that okay when they're still married?
Because they agreed to do it. That's their business. I can't judge them. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. You know what I'm saying? That's their decision. What? I'm not here to judge. If you like it, I love it.
Okay. Well, let me get through some of these other things that she brought up. Okay. Can infidelity ever make your relationship better?
I don't know.
We'll talk about it. It's
a possibility. I like her. I'm already liking it. Yeah, because it's a possibility. I can see that.
So, and then this is one of the bigger
help
points.
You step your game up.
I think this is one of the bigger points that she was making. Can we draw from the excitement of infidelity to like
boost your own relationship?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Man.
Meaning like what do you what?
Nah, because like, when if you're thinking of something that's you don't supposed to have, you know what I'm saying? Like, you doing something you don't supposed to be doing, you all your eyes buck, you looking over your shoulders.
That's just mischievous people. I don't do that. I'm not mischievous.
Well, that's what
that's what most people.
That's if you do it, if you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're not doing nothing wrong, then yeah, you don't do it. But for the people that does things wrong sometimes out there, it's a rush. You know what I'm saying? So, that I can definitely see that,
Yeah. And so in this example, I think that she was saying like we need to figure out why infidelity is so exciting and then like incorporate that in our own relationship.
It's something new.
Exactly. So is there ways to create newness in your relationship?
Yeah, it is. But, it's kind of hard to, create if you 5'5" and then say, hey, a 6 foot chick. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of.
Well, maybe you can do some role playing. I saw a movie where this couple pretended like they didn't know each other and they pick each other up at the bar.
Yeah, that's dope.
And then they have fun in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have fun in the bathroom. Like, yeah, they just pretend like they have like these different identities. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's dope.
So something like that to give you some excitement or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Another question. Should a secret always be revealed? Should you always tell? Like, should you tell if you see your partner, girlfriend with another dude? right? Like, do I really want to know that you cheated on me? Like, does it help? Does it hurt? Like, does it really help more than it hurt?
Yeah, it's a touchy subject.
I mean, does it hurt more than it help?
Yeah, it's a touchy subject. I'm always, in the corner of letting my person know, like my homeboy or my homegirl know.
Mm-hmm.
But I would try to get in contact with the female and say, hey, I saw you. You can't do my boy like this. You need to let him know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a week.
Well, she gives some. We're gonna talk about it. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm doing wrong by like bringing all this up right now because you like ready. You ready to dive in. But there was a situation that I read in the book. I was like, oh, that's a tough one. Should the secret of an affair be told in this particular situation? Like,
okay, we're gonna talk about it now. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay, is the suspense killing you? You want to hear the situation?
I'm just saying we can wait. I'm just saying let's get it going. Let's get the car started.
We'll talk about it later.
Come on.
Because, yes, it's like a whole chapter on that, right? But so we're just hitting the things that she was talking about in the book. Are you excited?
Yeah, let's go.
You like her, huh? You wish you would have read the book.
I want to get this podcast going. That's what I want to do.
First things first, what is infidelity?
Infidelity is doing something that you wouldn't do in front of your mate, but you're doing it behind your mate's back. That's a basic breakdown of infidelity.
Well, I guess I do like to think of it that way. Mm-hmm. So she basically, poses these questions about who decides what cheating is in a relationship.
The couples do.
Well, it's normally the person that feel like you cheated. Because if you're saying that you didn't cheat, and I'm saying no, that's cheating in my book, right? Mm-hmm. But she was like, is that fair? Basically, she says at the core of it is a violation of trust,
right?
And people are, you expect your partner to act according to like these assumptions that you have. Because she was like, most people don't talk about what's cheating.
What's the rules?
What's the rules? Because who wants to talk about that? It's like, dang, I got to tell you, right? You want to tip on the line? Like, do you love me or not?
Right.
We got to discuss what's cheating and what's not.
Right.
But I think that like, if you're going to be together forever, you might, but you might need to talk about these things. And basically that's what Esther Perel is saying. You need to talk about it, but nobody wants to think about their partner. Like when you're getting married, like, geez, you're already thinking about what you can get away with.
Right.
So kind of going back to what you said, I've always, took it as, I am not going to do anything that I would not like you to do. So before I do it, is this something that I would be happy with Jason doing?
Right.
If not, then I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So that's basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So another thing that she mentioned was talking about the fact that when we as people get the one or the person that we're married to, the person that we're in love with, we plan to spend the rest of our life with, we think that they will never be attracted to or desire anyone else but us.
Yeah, when you first get married.
Yes.
Maybe, I guess. But I don't think that's realistic,
What, to believe that?
To believe that you won't be attracted to anybody else.
Right.
Ever again.
Mm-hmm.
No. Because when you were single, when you was boyfriend and girlfriend with somebody else, you was attracted by multiple, many different people, many different women from all shapes and sizes, different races and all that good stuff. So what make you think you're not going to be attracted to somebody once you're married?
Well, because, and I actually used to believe this, once you are in love, you like only have eyes for that person.
Yeah, I guess that's like the little honeymoon phase, maybe. Yeah.
Because I used to actually believe, and some people still do, that if you are able to be attracted to someone else, then something's wrong with your relationship. Like if you're
Nah. Nah, I don't believe in that because, like I said, you're attracted to all types of people before. Most likely going to be attracted to all types of people after. Just what it is.
But you're just supposed to have eyes. I only have eyes.
So I don't know what song that is. Don't know what tune. I don't know what just happened.
For you.
Yeah,
You don't know that song.
Nope, not at all.
That's because you're not. I don't know.
Yeah, listen to country music? No, I'm sorry, I didn't listen to country music. But yeah, so you still can have eyes for your significant other. It's just you just don't react out of love and out of respect. You don't react to those feelings or those attractions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, yep, that's definitely the key. It's like it's all about not acting on your attraction. You don't have to. You can be attracted to someone and not act on it.
Right.
So that's what you need to do. So. Okay. Oh, so Esther, her definition of infidelity includes one or three of these elements: secrecy,
Earth, wind, and fire.
secrecy,
Mm-hmm.
sexual alchemy, and emotional involvement.
Okay.
I don't remember if she actually defined sexual alchemy. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I was about to say, because
what is that?
the bitter beer face looking over here. I mean, I guess just like a sexual desire, a sexual, chemistry, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So secrecy is self-explanatory. Well, maybe not. I don't know, because some people think, they have privacy or secrecy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, she dove into questions about like, should you know like what your partner's fantasies are, as far as like, is that secrecy if I'm having fantasies about another person?
Right.
Or is that my privacy? Or do you feel like you got a right to know all of that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's deep.
What do you think?
I mean, if you struggling, like if you having a sexual, I guess a fantasy is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so?
Well, I mean, if you say that it's people
like a fantasy, you know what I'm saying? If you fantasizing, I mean, you're struggling.
Well, I mean, if you are
like thoughts or
found yourself attracted to someone, and before you know it, you started fantasizing about them. So I don't know if I want to share this story, but I guess I will.
Okay. Breaking news.
So, when I was back in the day, long time before Jason,
mm-hmm.
I was like really struck because I had like a fantasy just like pop up in my brain really fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I was drinking gin. So, they say gin make you sin. I told you this story before. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world? I was shooting pool with a friend, male friend, that I totally just like never saw that way.
Yeah.
But I tell you, I was drinking some gin and I've had, yes, offense.
You had some thoughts.
Yes, and it happened like that. So it wasn't something that I was like sitting around just like, oh, I'm gonna fantasize about him. But it did happen. It was the thought that happened.
I think when you fantasize, it's like when it's like a multiple occurring thing. Like,
yeah,
this is, I'm fantasizing about this person in the car. Then next day or next week, I'm fantasizing this person in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? So I think fantasizing is just like multiple occasions. You know what I'm saying?
And you think that's a clue to a problem?
Yeah.
Or maybe this person just like really like women or really like men, and
that's a problem.
But they're not acting on it. They're just thinking.
Nah, because when that's the stage before a thought. I mean, before you action.
What if
you
they
know?
fantasizing about a celebrity?
I mean, that ain't good either.
People be fantasizing about Denzel, I'm sure.
Man, Denzel old.
Now, but it's still some women out there fantasizing about Denzel, okay?
Man, hang it up. You still fantasizing over Denzel? Hang it up.
Excuse me. Listen, I ain't gonna let you. You need to put some respect on Denzel's name. Denzel.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Denzel, he's past his prime, and I'm pretty sure.
Stop
What?
talking about Denzel
No,
Washington.
no. Shout out to Denzel Washington. What I mean is, he's past his prime, and they are probably too. Mm-hmm. So this man, once maybe when he was in his 20s, 30s, 40s, he might step out on his wife. He ain't going nowhere. It's over.
Okay.
It's over.
Well, I don't know. Some people wait until the kids are all grown and then they step out. They just waiting for them kids to grow up.
Man about to have grandkids, ain't he?
Okay, so anyway.
Do grandparents cheat on each other? Like, do you ever think about that? Like, do grandparents cheat?
It's a thing where, like, now, like, older people have STDs and stuff. And
that's nasty, man. Moving right along. Grandparents don't cheat. I can't think of that. And Denzel's a grandparent, or about to be.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, what's the other thing? So yeah, but I'm just saying that you wouldn't know, right?
Wouldn't know what?
If your partner is having a fantasy about somebody. You wouldn't. So why ain't they just able to keep it to themselves? And
I mean, you can't do whatever you want to do, but I if you having a fantasy, mm-hmm. you need to get that checked out. If you having fantasies about somebody, you need to go get some help, mm-hmm. because that shouldn't be. Yeah, the person shouldn't be. Hey, you tired? Because you've been running through my mind all day long. that shouldn't be happening. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That just shouldn't be happening. So, yeah.
I concur.
Yeah, a thought, okay, maybe. A thought. But fantasizing? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving right along, we'll skip the sexual alchemy thing. Mm-hmm. But emotional involvement. So, emotional affairs.
Okay.
This is a big thing, and this is why people don't want people to have friends of the opposite sex.
Right.
So she said that this is like a relatively new thing because, like I said, back in the day, in old marriages, it was a different construct.
Right.
According to her. Like I would want to do my own research, mm-hmm. but according to her, it was a different construct. So this is just kind of, they didn't put so much weight in their marriage partner to be like their only outlet for all of their emotional needs.
Yeah.
So she said that she thought it was a problem if it was depleting the primary relationship. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Like, so we have friends of the opposite sex, and how much is too much to share with your friend of the opposite sex, and when does it turn into an emotional affair? And so I guess I would feel really hurt if you were telling a female friend stuff that you didn't tell me.
Oh yeah.
But
at the same time, some things may not even be that serious. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if it's something deep and the person is telling their female friend opposed to telling their girl, mm-hmm. or their wife, then yeah. But if it's something not that serious, like I don't know, like a commercial that you saw that was kind of funny, and this person has a different sense of humor than you do, mm-hmm. so I don't think that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, so it just all depends.
I think that like on a deeper level, I'm trying to decide if I would mind you sharing. Mm. I think that I would want to know first.
Yeah.
And I think that I would want to know.
Yeah.
So do I mind you telling your female friend like the same deep thing that's happening with you?
Right.
No, but I want to make sure that I want to feel special. I'm your wife. Correct. So I would want to know first, and I would want to know everything
right.
that she knows.
Right.
But she can know too.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
It just depends on what it is.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you.
What do you think?
No, I feel you.
You feel the same way?
Yeah.
About my male friends?
Yeah, I feel you.
So, cause like I was thinking of an example of like I was in the Navy, you were in the Air Force, but of course there's different challenges in the Navy versus the Air Force.
Right.
So there's some things that actually you still, even though you were in the military, you still wouldn't be able to understand specifically.
Right.
And I would only be able to really talk to a Navy person
Correct.
about it.
Correct.
So if it's like a frustration that you can't really, help me with, I could talk to one of my male friends that were in the Navy about it.
Right. Yeah, I totally get it.
Okay.
And so I just looked it up real quick. I know we said we was gonna skip over it, but sexual alchemy basically just talks about your sexual chemistry with the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what it's about: being available, being open, and just kind of wanting to do it. I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like your sexual chemistry.
Yeah, so I guess she kind of talked about that because she's like sometimes like your emotional attachment to a person is there is sexual chemistry there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're kind of pretending like it's not, but it is, and
Right.
you know it's there.
Right.
So that's an element of infidelity in her book, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she feels that marriages have always been more strengthened when partners can vent to others and they have multiple outlets for emotional connection.
Right.
She feels like that strengthens your relationship, and I feel like it does too because, like I said, you cannot be everything to me, and I just can't be everything to you.
Correct.
It's like, but knowing certain boundaries need to be put in place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of an example. Well, we kind of have this rule that we don't talk to our friends of the opposite sex about like a current fight that we're fighting unless we just really, really, really need the opposite sex feedback perspective.
Right.
If you're just not seeing it the way that I see it. So,
Right.
So Esther actually feels that when we channel all of our emotional energy into one person and into our relationship, it makes it more vulnerable to do that, to just be like, and that makes sense because it's like, oh my God, this is exhausting, right?
Right. Right.
So I'm all for it. I've learned so much from my male friends, and I feel like I'm a better wife to you because of my male friends and,
Right.
and the lessons that I've learned from them, So yeah.
Yeah, he's like a well-rounded woman.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Mate.
You are too. You've learned a lot from your female friends too.
Oh, for sure.
So basically, going back to defining what infidelity is, in this new tech age that we're in, there's just so many ways to cheat. So you got chatting, sexting. Jason, what if you saw a male penis on my phone?
Yeah, that would be disturbing.
Am I cheating? Did I cheat?
Well, it depends on the
me and him been
source.
talking back and forth. He and I have been talking back and forth, and then he sent me a pic.
Well, yeah. Well, first it just like for what I was about to say, is this a random person or is this a porn star? Okay, so then moving on, because if it's a porn star, then I don't, it depends on your relationship. I don't think so. But if it's a person that you've been talking to, chatting, and then all of a sudden, boom, this pops up. Well, it depends on, did you ask for it or did he just send it to you? So it's just a lot of variables in there.
I feel like you would just be upset that I'm even talking to a person and it got to the level of them sending me a nude pic.
Nah, because I know how dudes can be. Dudes can do that, give you a little shock factor just to, you know what I'm saying? Just to see how you're going to react. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they don't even want, sometimes they too so shy that they don't want to approach you the proper way. Mm-hmm. So they just throw it out there and see what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, because that did kind of happen to me, huh? No, this dude didn't send me a pic of himself, but he sent me like a sexual video.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he apologized, but then he sent me another one. And I hadn't talked to him in years. I'm not going to say too much, but I hadn't talked to this guy in years, right? And in Facebook Messenger, he sent a sexual video. So I guess so. I guess if you would have saw that, I'm like, what is that?
Right. What's going
What
on?
my wife got going on? Some guy just randomly sent this to me. Why? I have no idea. So
Right.
you're absolutely correct. See, male perspective.
Yeah, I know.
Good job.
I'm trying to tell you.
Kissing?
What about kissing?
Is that cheating?
It's all about your relationship, man. It's
Kissing
all
on lips.
Yeah, it's all about your relationship. You know, some people, actors kiss on lips all
I was
the
just
time.
about to bring that up. Jason, y'all. I asked Jason, I said, what if I'm getting paid $1 million to kiss somebody in a movie?
Nah.
He ain't trying for it to
Because
happen.
I know they take forever. I've been in movies. Some people haven't
Y'all,
been in movies.
Jason was an extra in one movie. An extra in one
You don't
movie.
know how
And
many
now he's
movies I've
been
been
in
in.
movies. Okay.
You don't know how many movies I've been in.
Some homemade movies.
You don't know how many movies I've been in. So, I've been in movies. I know that they have to take those shots at different angles over and over and over again. Yeah, you see one kiss on the TV show on the big screen, but they kiss like 60 times for that one scene. It's like, man, no.
Okay, so it's not, so you don't feel like they're cheating. You just don't want to think of me kissing somebody 60 times.
60 times.
But for $1 million,
Man,
$2 million,
I can make my own million or $2 million.
$10 million,
I can make my own 10.
$20 million.
I don't have to trick my wife out to go get 20 million
It's
for
not
me.
tricking. It's acting.
Whatever. Whatever. So I can act like I could be an actor and have sex with a woman. Is that cheating?
Pretend like you're having sex?
No, actually doing it.
No, that's you.
What's the
actually doing it.
difference? It's lips.
Oh, well, I guess, Jason, that's how you. But having sex and kissing, in my book, is no comparison. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I mean, I guess.
Like I said, you kiss
Maybe
this
'cause I
person
would be just
60
as-
times, and they be having passionate kisses and stuff. Like, nah, bro, we're not doing that. So it is what it is. I can make my own money. I don't need that money that bad.
Oh man, what if I want to be in the movie?
Well,
What if it's The Rock and I just want to lock lips?
whatever.
Jason don't like that.
Nah, it don't,
He like whatever.
It don't. It's not even real. So it's like whatever.
But it is real. You said they're doing it.
No, I'm talking like you and this stuff these scenarios that you popping up. So,
Well, I'm
so
just
why would
saying,
I even?
I'm preparing for the day that I am offered a movie role, and then now I got to try to convince Jason to let me have one little smooch in the movie, so
It ain't
I
gonna
can
be one
earn
little
us,
smooch.
so I can earn us some money, some moolah.
Like
But he ain't trying to hear it.
Cause I can get money. Money is not that. It's not all that.
Well, you know what? This is a good conversation that we've had because I know how you feel about it. I respect it, and I would not do it because that would be a violation of trust, and therefore it would be infidelity in your eyes.
For sure.
So I love you. So we just gonna have to pass up the millions of dollars.
Yeah, we get it. Our stuff is stored up, man. We're gonna get it one way or the other. We don't necessarily have to get it like that.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
Yeah. So real quick, and then we'll wrap it up for this episode. But, just throwing out some more.
For this part one.
For part one, yes. Just throwing out some other, gray areas. Maybe you're just now dating. Becoming exclusively dating, seriously dating, and your partner is still on Tinder. Or still on some social, some website, and you ask them about it, and they're like, "Well, I just do it for fun. I just want to get my ego stroked."
I mean, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to come off of that. We in a committed relationship. That means that you're supposed to commit to me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you on a dating website and we're in a committed relationship, then you have no faith in our relationship.
But I ain't doing nothing. I'm just
you doing something.
I'm getting my ego stroked. Seriously.
Well, I'm the person that's supposed to stroke your ego like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going on? You know.
What about a bisexual person?
What about a bisexual person?
If say it's a guy and he likes guys, but he's with a woman, like he's in a relationship with a woman,
And what?
is it okay for him to sleep with a guy?
No.
But she can't fulfill that need. He's bisexual. He got 2 needs.
Well, she probably don't need to be with him.
I've heard real life situations like this where you know, a guy was with a woman and she kind of told him that she liked women as well, and he allowed her to go you know, date a woman.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, it's a woman, it's not a man. Is she cheating? She not cheating on me. I see it as yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, porn, you know, we'll dive a little deeper into some of those things, but basically Esther Perel says, like Jason says, communicate, talk about these things, figure out what it means to you and find out what it means to your partner, and y'all come to an agreement. So like I said, Jason, I can't be in a movie kissing someone. That's infidelity to Jason, because it's a violation of trust.
Correct.
Right. But yeah, anything that a person is doing in secrecy, you're probably up to no good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Watch that emotional involvement stuff, right? You know, you just got to be honest with yourself.
Right.
Only you really know.
Right.
So yeah, and that's it for this
episode.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for this one. We're going to keep bringing it on and on and on and on. And we talking about cheating all the way to the strike of dawn. And
yes. So coming up in this series of infidelity, we're going to be talking about should you tell? Should you not tell?
Yeah.
What is monogamy? Does monogamy work? Is it working for us?
Yeah.
What else? If you're like in the midst of an affair, you're the person being cheated on.
Right.
You know, what are some of the suggestions, you know, that she gives her clients when they come into the office in the midst of the storm? What else did she talk about? It's a lot of good stuff, man. I really, really enjoyed the book. Open relationships, that's the part I didn't really agree with, but you know, we're gonna talk about it because that's what's happening in the world today.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So open relationships and just more juicy stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Can they go now?
Yes. What you mean? They love hanging out with me.
I mean,
and you.
I know. But we was gonna end it, but you started giving them more.
I want them to know what's to come.
Okay. Well, y'all get ready for the next week. But this why y'all get ready for this Wednesday, because I want to hear all about your cheating episodes. I want to hear if you cheated, why you cheated, or if you got cheated on, all the good stuff. We talk about that on Facebook Live Wednesdays. That'll be 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So get on Facebook Live, holler at us, and let's talk about cheating. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. And I'm about to close it out.
You know what? I really want to say something before we go. I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry. We didn't talk about our personal experiences with infidelity.
Well, we'll talk about it next episode.
Well, but this one situation, though, because your ex, you know, you considered her cheating on you, but she was just talking to another dude.
Yeah.
So we're talking about emotional affairs. So that's why.
Yeah, she pretty much. I'm pretty sure I ain't.
You ain't have no proof though.
I ain't have no proof, but I ain't no fool. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I see the phone records. You're talking too long, too many times.
It was an emotional affair.
It is what it is. Get out of here. Holler.
Last question. What's worse? Emotional affair or physical affair? What if I was just having an emotional affair and no physical happened?
Yeah, I think emotional is worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it's your heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have sex with somebody and really don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they all remember when the man cheats on the wife and she said, "You cheated on me. Tell me, do you love her?" That's emotional. She want to know, is it emotional?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, emotional is worse. Yeah. So catch y'all next week. We're gonna talk more about it. Hope y'all ready. Get your gossip ears and gossip tongue out. We want to hear all about your stuff that happened in the past. So at the end of the day, we're gonna catch y'all next week. Don't forget about my closeout. Peace, love, and progression. Holla at y'all. Peace out.
You've been listening to the Loveology podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.